to equip every Bajan with the knowledge and skills to be citizens of good character, confident and creative. Bajans achieving excellence, competent in a digital world. Smart Barbados, we are aiming for every man, woman, boy and girl.
My name is Raphael Zoll, and honored to serve as the Assistant Director of the National Transformation Initiative, and also this afternoon I have the pleasure of being your Master of Ceremonies. For this, the launch of STARR Adventures, the Civics and Citizenship e-learning game in partnership between the National Transformation Initiative and the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. A marriage, if you were. A blend between the curriculum of the Ministry's Civics program and the NTI's Citizenship course.
This is a wonderful opportunity for us to welcome you all to what we see as a signal moment in the transformation of our educational landscape in Barbados. Perhaps I should go through a chronology of events and begin at the genesis of the idea of the Honourable Mia Motley, the Prime Minister of Barbados, who threw a challenge out to us at the NTI, having done our citizenship course, and our creator of that, Donna Redmond, is sitting in the corner, and appealed to us to animate it, make it compelling and absolutely irresistible for primary schools. And my response was, well, gamification is the way to go. The rest is history.
From February, working with this process, I think you could hear it in my voice already. There is such a commitment that this trio had to this project. And when you look at each of us, we will talk about the other. That's a real kind of partnership. So the way in which Dr. Leacock spoke about me, I would speak about her, because she was the individual who gently drove us to ensure that the task was completed. She set an impossible deadline, and it was. But her motivational words, each meeting, that kept us going. She understands what it is to lead so that we reach the goal. She understands what it is to truly exemplify a STARR Bajan. And I would not say anything less about Neil as well. In fact, the fact that Neil is sitting here, that certainly is credit to the work that he put in. I am dispelling with my speech as it is written here, because just from my heart, I want to talk to you about this process. And with Neil, all of us were eager to begin to start. We were excited. But when I looked at Neil in the latter stages, you started to see some wear and tear, and you knew that he was burning that midnight oil. You knew that Neil was working behind the scenes to ensure that we could all be here for this launch.
Firstly, it has been an honor to be awarded the opportunity to work on this project. I am appreciative of the National Transformation Initiative, mainly Dr. Leacock, and the Ministry of Education for trusting me with their vision. The creative process for this enterprise has been extremely extensive, and it is a truly crucial aspect of this project. It was imperative for me to merge the specific learning directives given along with an enjoyable experience best suited for the target audience, children between 8 and 11. The production aspect. This is the heartbeat of this endeavor, and without the various roles involved, this would never have been possible and needs to be fully understood and acknowledged. Every production that you see starts with the script. They start initially with an idea and an outline, but the script is the blueprint. Without the script, the rest of the production cannot work, because it is from the script that everything is built from. When the characters are created in the script, persons can then go out and start to build the identities of these characters. These places that are mentioned in scripts can then be built upon, because there's a foundation there. That foundation could not have been built without Miss Waith's work. She did an exceptional job at providing me with what was needed and rifled through the stuff that may not have been necessary at this point in time to be able to give me all of the ingredients I needed to be able to create what we are going to see here.
This was a labor of love. It is obvious from what we have heard from Neil Sereno, what we have heard from Chanel Waith, what we have heard from Dr. Leacock. Truly a labor of love for the children of this country. And on behalf of our Prime Minister, who has been a driver in making this happen, and on behalf of our government as a whole and the children of this country, I want to say thank you. Thank you. You know, today I think we're launching what we can call Operation Enjoy Learning, where we want the learning journey through the basic education system from pre-primary to secondary to truly be a journey that our learners can enjoy and not just endure. The gamified version of this civics and citizenship curriculum for class 1, it really is part of what we want to do when we talk about education transformation. It is not simply tweaking the system to transform what the system will do, but it is being transformative in the lives of the students and of the teachers alike. The partnership that you have seen here between the Ministry of Education and the National Transformation Initiative, this is what government looks like when we break the silos down and decide that we are going to come together as one and share our resources, share our knowledge, and put it to use for the people of this country. You know, when we speak of gamification, what that means is that we are turning whatever task or activity into a game. And many of us will talk about the fact that our children are always on their phones and they're always on their tablets and they're always playing games. And in fact, many of those games are educational games. And we can fight against the trend, or we can choose to embrace that trend and use it to help our children to learn. And you know, it isn't just having fun for fun's sake or for education's sake. The research out there is telling us, in fact, it is research that comes from the Smithsonian Science Center. Their data, it shows that game-based learning could improve children's knowledge retention by up to 90% compared to traditional ways of learning. And so what we are doing here in transforming the way in which we deliver to our children is not because we just want them to have fun, but it is because the research supports what we are doing here.
I think the game is very interactive. Like, it gets you thinking, it gets you on your toes, it gets you focused, it helps you to remember, because like when you're doing these things, you're practicing to get the best. You're having competitions with your friends on who can beat it the fastest. You're actually having fun while learning, which is my old teacher's tactic, but instead of making a game, she would throw a few jokes in at class. And I love it. Since we still have 6 hours at school, we also need to make sure our children are learning in those 6 hours. So this game also comes with a similar approach on not just teaching kids stuff, but also having them have fun. So the graphic designer, whoever it was, I can't quite remember, was amazing in this game. Perfect. Not one mistake. Not one small feature that I would have thought could have been done better. It also opens the children to the language you may hear in the Barbados, the nature and agricultural you may see well in Barbados, and it prepares you to actually come out into the real world.
In everything, we must give thanks. Moving from our initial conceptualization meeting in February to the implementation of an e-learning game in September is no small feat. It deserves the highest commendation. It is therefore with great pleasure that I move this vote of thanks. As Minister McConney shared, collaboration and cooperation are the future of a transformed education system and a successful Barbados. As such, this launch and the Civics and Citizenship game would not be possible without a team that had its head, its heart, and its hands in it. We express sincere gratitude to the Minister of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, the Honorable K. McConney, who supported this initiative from its inception. Thank you, Minister, for your leadership and your commitment to this cause, which will redound undoubtedly to the heightened appreciation for civics and citizenship within the education community at all levels.